Yo, what is going on, ladies and gentlemen? We are here in 2025. It is March. It is the release of Maze of the Masters, and we have here the most exciting deck profile on this channel today, guys. We have our updated pure Trickstar deck profile for March 2025. Is it still March? I don't even know what day it is, guys, but this deck is insane. We've got brand new support. You can see we're playing a fusion monster in Trickstars with, you know, hold your horse. Chill out, people, chill out. This deck is crazy. Absolutely insane. The new support is really good. I'm just excited to share this with you guys. We got the Trickstar 2018 World Championship Qualifier playmat over here. We got the Trickstar tokens. Shout out to the Trickstar tokens, guys. All three of them. Although we may need to get one more. We may need to get one more, but three will do for now, guys. So I want to go ahead and get into this, and first of all, I want to shout out Konami. Konami, this deck profile would not be possible without your help in giving Trickstars more good support, actual good support, guys. So I want to go ahead and get right into it. Now, does this make Trickstar the best deck in the room? Yes, of course, 100% guaranteed. You can play this pure, yeah, 100% get top the next YCS guaranteed. It might. Who knows? Is it going to be me? Potentially, possibly, but I'm going to show you guys the pure version of this deck. There's other versions of this deck I want to show you guys as well. And if you guys know, previously I played this deck with Shadows, played this with Sky Striker, I played a trap version of this deck. I've played this so many different ways. I think the best way possible now is probably going to be a Cashier Fiendsmith variant with Trickstars as well, because neither of those engines use a normal summon. Plus, Trickstars are really good at getting two bodies on the board to go full Fiendsmith combo. Plus, with the addition of the Duke of Demise, you can actually get an additional normal summon as well, which you can make with Sequence. So that's something that's really interesting and something I definitely want to look into a little bit further. But for today, guys, we're just going to be doing the pure Trickstar deck profile. So let's go ahead and get right into it, guys. I'm so excited for this. I think this might cause a bit more glare. We'll see, but I want you guys to see the foiling on this. So first things first, we got 3 copies of Trickstar Candina OG Code of the Duelist. Trickstar Candina on normal summon adds any Trickstar card from your deck to your hand. This card is absolutely bananas. This card is so good. She's right here on this playmat as well. Really good. I really wish they would do it on special summon as well, but I understand because this deck would be way too broken. Definitely tier 0 if it's search on normal or special summon. Just gonna go ahead and throw that out there. 3 copies of Trickstar Candina, your main starter for the entire engine, guys. Really crazy. Then 2 copies of Trickstar Lycris. Of course, we got the ultimate rare, rocking and rolling. Not because we don't have 3. Hold up. Not because we don't have 3. We guarantee we do have the playset, but because 2 is just fine, guys. Realistically, we don't want to clog on too many Lycris, which is something that you tend to do with the new support cards that came out for this deck. So it's something you do want to watch out for. Before, your normal combo was normal summon Candina, search Lycris, special summon Lycris, pass, and then you just, you know, you had hand traps and other non-engine to deal with whatever your opponent had. Now the deck has evolved to where it does a lot more, which I think is really cool. So you have to cut down on some of the more interesting cards, right? 1 copy of Trickstar Lilybell, the best damage dealer on your entire deck because it has 800 attack, can attack directly, and then add a Trickstar card from, I believe, from your graveyard back to your hand, if I'm not mistaken. So you attack with this, add the Lycris effect, special summon it, bounce the Lilybell back, and whenever Lilybell is added back to your hand, you get to special summon her, which leads you to another 800 damage. If you have Light Stage on board, that's an additional 200 damage on top of that as well. We are also playing, of course, guys, from the OG Trickstars, 2 copies of Trickstar Corbane. Really amazing card as well. Really powerful, and the honest of the strategy, and a searchable free body onto the board, which is why I like to play 2. There is a world where I play 3 of this card just because it's an absolutely bananas. Just getting the additional special summon onto the field, or getting the additional attack boost as well. That's something that Trickstars do tend to struggle with, is the attack damage or just getting over big monsters. That helps out immensely. And then, of course, we get to the new cards. Now, I haven't gotten them all just yet, so bear with me. We are going to proxy some of this. 3 copies of Trickstar Aqua Angel. Aqua Angel is an amazing extender for this strategy. Not only is it an extender, guys, because once per duel, you can special summon this girl directly from your hand. Obviously, that's really good, but more importantly, guys, if this card's into the graveyard for a link material, any link material, could be Marincess, could be Trickstar, could be whatever you want. IP, doesn't matter. You can look at your opponent's hand and all set cards they control, so you know exactly what to play around, if you can extend, or if you should play a little more conservative, which I absolutely love. 3 copies of Trickstar Aqua Angel. Again, your main focus with this deck is just to make sure that you have at least 2 monsters on the board. You can go into your link plays and fusion plays on and so forth, so you definitely want to make sure you're maximizing on that as much as possible. Your capabilities to put 2 monsters on the field, I should say. Next, we played 3 copies of Trickstar Hoodie. Trickstar Hoodie, again, I only have 1 copy. Don't judge me. Trickstar Hoodie is a phenomenal card, guys. Pretty much getting you access to your Trickstar Fusion, which is really, really good. Also, getting you the ability to, also with a new Link monster, I should say, Trickstar Colchica. This is such an amazing card, guys. The new fusion monster is so good. It's definitely a must play. I kind of spit on that card, don't mind that. It's such a must play, guys. The Trickstar Hoodie is such an essential card of the entire strategy, where you have to make sure that you're playing 3 copies of this card, because these 3 right here essentially, or these 3, right, the Hoodie and the Candina, are 1 card stars for your entire engine, so definitely want to see them. That paired with literally any other Trickstar, you are going full combo with this deck, so it's really good and absolutely amazing that we get to play that as well. And that's gonna be it for the Trickstar monsters, guys. Don't want to overload it, make it too heavy, so let's go ahead and push these out the way real quick. There we go. All right. So we also have, of course, for the spells, the Trickstar spells, guys, 3 copies of Trickstar Light Stage. This card is absolutely phenomenal. The fact they gave it a QCR is definitely worthy. This is one of the best field spells in the entire game, guys. Basically what this does is searches you a Trickstar monster on activation, and then it also acts like a pseudo MST. Insane, guys. You can pretty much lock a card that's set on your opponent's side of the field, like a spell trap, and then they have to activate it in response to, or they can't activate it for the rest of the turn. So if your opponent has a Solemn Strike set, you can activate this. They have to activate it right then and there, which they can't because Solemn Strike, and they have to activate at the end of the turn, or they have to send it to the graveyard. So really good. Then we play 1 copy of Life Stage, probably one that we have not heard of or talked about too in depth here in the channel, just because there was really no point in playing this card previously. But Life Stage proves an amazing purpose. So I'm sure most people understand or have seen Life Stage previously, but Life Stage is really good as well. It says when this card is activated, you can add 1 Trickstar monster from your graveyard to your hand. So it has immediate recursion right there as well. And then you're going to use each of the following effects of Trickstar Life Stage once per turn. You cannot special summon monsters for the rest of the turn except Trickstar monsters, even if this card leaves the field, which is fine. So if you control a Trickstar Link monster, you can special summon 1 Trickstar token, Light Fairy level 1, 0 attack, 0 defense. So that's obviously why we have the Trickstar tokens right over there. And also, if your opponent controls a card in their spell and trap card zone, you can special summon 1 Trickstar token as well. So it's a free token generator to help you link climb, guys. I think it's really good, at least worth looking into if you guys are looking to play the more pure version of this deck. And 1 copy of Terraform to make sure you have immediate access. With this lineup, you are playing at least 3, 6, 10 immediate starters, and then again, any 2 bodies of Trickstars gets you there to full combo. So it's something that you definitely want to keep in mind, right? For the other spells that we play 3 copies of Trickstar Festival. Trickstar Festival is an incredible card that we now get to take full advantage of because the Link monsters actually make a difference. So that's something that's really cool as well. Trickstar Festival gets you a special summon 2 free Trickstar tokens to your side of the field. Level 1, 0 attack, 0 defense, fairy, light fairy, which is going to be really good, of course. You have, again, Trickstar tokens. So this is going to be really good because it gets you, again, the free 2 monsters on the field, which you can use to summon Noble Angel, Holly Angel. You can summon Diveritus with this because they're level 3 or lower. But more importantly as well, guys, it offers 2 additional things, right? So it does lock you into the Trickstars for the turn, which is fine realistically because we are currently playing a pure Trickstar variant. But more importantly, this card says if a Trickstar monster you control that was special summoned from the extra could be destroyed by battle or card effect, you can banish this card from the graveyard instead. So it protects your guys, which is going to be really good. Definitely just because you want to make sure you're protecting your Link monster, so you have your trap to activate to have additional effects. And the last Trickstar card that we play is 1 copy of the Trickstar Fusion. This card was absolute garbage. This card was absolutely terrible. right before the new fusion came out. But now that we got the new fusion, guys, this card is actually cracked. So being able to allow us to not only fusion summon the fusion monster, of course, but this card is really good because you can banish this card from your graveyard, and then target a Trickstar card Trickstar monster in your graveyard. My apologies, and add it to your hand. But you cannot normal summon or special summon a monster with the same name for the rest of the turn. So you link off your Candina, do your plays, then you banish this from your graveyard, add the Candina back into your hand, and you have full combo, full follow-up for that following turn as well. Amazing, guys. Amazing card as well. And then for the Trickstar trap cards, you play one of the brand new Maiden of Blue Tears, an amazing card as well. If your opponent special summons a monster and you control a link monster, you can target one of them and destroy it. And if you do inflict damage to your opponent equal to half its original attack. Then, second effect, if effect damage is inflicted while this card is in your graveyard, you can banish this card, target one normal spell in your graveyard or banishment, and set it, but it cannot be activated this turn. That is perfectly fine, guys, because we can set literally whatever we want, because it's any normal spell that can be Pot of Greed if it's illegal. So amazing that we have this as well. To pair off with our combo. An amazing interruption. It really gets the feel that the deck can actually have combos on its own, and is really good. And of course, the two Trickstar reincarnations, an incredible card and one of the most feared cards of 2018, 2017 format, if I'm not mistaken. So just banishing your opponent's entire hand is really good. Maybe not as good right now with Malices running around, but literally against any single other deck, this card is absolutely crazy. The reason we don't play 3, guys, is because we don't want to clog on it. Unfortunately, this is a bit of a brick if we do happen to draw it, but again, just having the additional interruption is really good, so that's why I still play 2 copies. And then for the non-engine hand traps, I do like to play 3 copies of Herald of Orange Light. Herald of Orange Light is easily one of the best hand traps in the game. All the Orange Light, or the Heralds, I should say, hand trap cards are, right? So this is really good because when your opponent activates a monster effect, you can send this card and another fairy from your hand to the graveyard to negate the activation if you destroy it. So if you guys get like Nibiru, if your opponent ashes you, if your opponent Valors you, whatever it might be, you can discard this, another fairy. And the good thing is that all the Trickstars right here are fairy type monsters. You're playing a lot of fairies in the deck, guys. You can easily afford to play 3 copies of Herald of Orange Light. And to go along with that, we play 3 copies of Droll and Lockbird as well. Droll and Lockbird reincarnation combo is the scariest combo known to man, guys. The second you pull this off on your opponent stops playing, you go to the next game, or you win the entire match outright. 3 copies of Ghost Ogre and Snow Rabbit, 3 copies of Infinite Impermanence, and 2 copies of Dominus Purge. I would play this at 3 if I had a third and play 41 cards, but this is something that I think is a great call for the deck because realistically the only thing this conflicts with is going to be your Trickstar Aqua Angel, which happens to be a water for whatever reason. I mean, I understand why this is a water, but besides that, guys, this card is absolutely ridiculous. You're playing winds, you're playing lights exclusively in your deck, so this really should not hurt you very much. Just the Aqua Angel play, but that's pretty much it. Purge is really good. Again, I would play a third if possible, and just playing cards that don't activate Triple Tactics Talents is going to be really good. If I had the space, I would probably try to fit Triple Tactics Talents in here, but unfortunately there's just no space for it at all. Just really trying to make sure that we're maximizing not only their engine, but non-engine as well. So this, again, just a meta call on my end, if you will. So that's going to be it for the main deck, guys. 40 card main deck. For the extra deck, guys, we play 2 copies of the brand new Trickstar Band Drumatis. This is an amazing card because it gets your guys' attack boost, which is going to be really good. Not only that, guys, on Fusion Summon, this guy searches you any Trickstar card from your deck to your hand, which is obviously really good as well. And if effect damage is inflicted, you can turn off his monster on your field and its attack becomes 0. So just another form of interruption over there as well. Really good card. An amazing way to keep coming up, because now we have another card that actually searches any Trickstar card, which is essential because the only one that did that before was Candina. So something to look forward to. 1 copy of Trickstar Bloom. This is pretty much just in here for the additional variety. Bloom is not a bad card. It can win you games in time because this does force your opponent to draw a card. So if you activate this effect, Chain Lycoris to special summon, you can have your opponent draw a card and burn them for 200 because you have the Lycoris on board, and you just combo until time is called, which is disgusting, but it works. I like to play 2 copies of the brand new Trickstar Cold Chica, guys. This card is absolutely amazing because it is a Link 1 monster that can be made with any non-Link Trickstar monster. What does this mean is that we can use Candina, we can use Corbane for it. It doesn't have to be a level 2 or lower, which Bloom has to do, which means we can go ahead and use whatever we want. We can link off the Candina and then link off the Hoodie, which is level 2, into the Bloom, and really just synergizes extremely well with that. But not only that, guys, it could just be that of vanilla and it would be really good. It would still be a 2 of, but the fact that the second effect is just really, really good. So when a monster is destroyed by battle involving a Trickstar monster while this card is in your graveyard, you can banish this card, and that target that destroys you can banish this card, then target the destroyed monster, inflict damage to your opponent equal to the attack of the monster's attack. So that is ridiculously good as well, just to be able to have additional burn damage as well. Again, the issue with Trickstar is the being able to get over big monsters, but if you are able to, you can banish this and then burn them for the exact amount of attack points that that monster happened to have. So if it's something in defense position, again, really, really good. So 2 copies of Trickstar Holly Angel. We already know what this card does, the bread and butter of the strategy. But now we got a brand new Link 2 into the game, guys. We got Trickstar Noble Angel, the brand new Link 2 for the Trickstar strategy. An incredible card here as well. If the card is Link Summon, you can add a Blue Tears card from your deck to your hand. Obviously, we're going to add the Maiden of Blue Tears, which is going to be that trap card that we just read recently. If you have a fusion monster on your field or graveyard, you can target a Trickstar monster in your graveyard, special summon it. If effect damage is inflicted, you can target one face-up card in the field and destroy it. So amazing interruption, recursion as well, kind of the Sprite Elf of the strategy. If Sprite Elf could also pop cards on the field. So I mean, it's actually really, really cracked, and it's Trickstar specific, which I enjoy because this card is officially safe. Whereas Sprite Elf was just way, way too generic, but that's something that I focus on. For the rest of the link, just wait, 1 copy of Trickstar Catback, 1 copy of Trickstar Diveritus, one that you are going to be going into a little bit more often because it does burn your opponent for each time they normal special summon, so that can come up really clutch, especially against something like Mermail, Atlantean, or whatever. Just going to throw that one out there. 1 copy of Trickstar Crimson Heart, one that actually does the reverse of what Trickstars usually do, which is burn for 200. This one adds 200, which is a little bit interesting, but can make a difference again if you're going into time, so it's something that is definitely worth looking into. 1 copy of Trickstar Foxglove Witch, an amazing burn card and a really, really good card overall. One of the probably the best Link 3 that Trickstars have. So this card burns 200 for your opponent for each card they control, which is going to be really, really good as well. This card special summon, you can also inflict 200 damage to your opponent for each card they control, which is going to be really nice also. So you have the Trickstar Delphinium, not a card I go into very, very often because this targets banished cards, Trickstar cards up to a number of Link monsters your opponent controls and adds them back to your hand. So in the event you want to add back your Trickstar Fusion that was banished, or you want to add back like Trickstar Reincarnation, this can be pretty cool. There's some gimmicky things you can do with it, but by far the craziest card in this deck is going to be Trickstar Bella Madonna, the boss monster of the Trickstars, guys. This card is ridiculously powerful, really, really good. And what it does basically, if this card points to no monsters, it is completely unaffected by any card effects, which is really, really good. But also, you can activate this effect if this card points to no monsters. You can inflict 200 damage to your opponent for each Trickstar monster in your graveyard with a different name. So really maximizing the names is really, really good, but you don't want to put the weird ones like Trickstar Rodode, and Narcissus is a maybe. Mandrake is terrible. Nightshade is something that you might want to play with. So these are some of the Trickstar cards that I've messed around with previously. If you guys have not seen the live stream where I tested the Trickstar, definitely go ahead and make sure you check that out as well. But that's going to be it for my Trickstar deck profile. Again, we're playing just the pure version now, but I know that this deck can synergize with a lot of different strategies as well. So it's something that I do want to keep testing with to see what was going to be the most competitive version, and something that we'll be testing here a lot within the next few weeks, just so I can get you guys the best overall list for the most competitive Trickstar deck you can potentially play. Like I said, we are going to be taking something similar to this to YCS Houston, so we got to make sure that we study up, practice, test, all the things, guys. So make sure you guys stay tuned, subscribe if you guys are excited for that, and make sure you guys have a fantastic rest of your day. I'll see y'all in the next one.